Hello out there, and thanks for joining us again on Public Conscience on Radio, the anti-corruption program produced by the Progressive Impact Organization for Community Development, PRIMOG. We have the support of the MacArthur Foundation. I'm Okiri Agbonsuremi, and Adaobi Obiabumo, my colleague, is right here with me in the studios.
Thanks for joining us on the program. On Public Conscience, we seek to evolve a corruption-free society through the amplification of corruption stories reported by our partner media organizations and drawing citizens and government attention for democratic actions against it.
On the program, we'll be drawing your attention to monies. We usually have termed it loot here, recovered from the former head of state, late General Sani Abacha, dating back to the return of democracy in 1999 till the current dispensation. Concerned over this development, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, one of the very hard-working civil society organizations in Nigeria, made moves to gain access to records of how much the government has recovered and how it spent all the funds, including the monies have been recovered from 1999 to date. But like you will hear in the program, the concentration will be on the $5 billion that was recovered between 1999 and 2015, which the government has said they don't have record of.
That is $5 billion from 1999 to 2015.
And that will be, if you put the naira to it, it's about 1.8 trillion naira.
That's a huge sum. SERAP, in its effort, evoked the Freedom of Information Act. They requested that Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, including Zainab Ahmed, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, to provide information on the repatriated funds.
When you talk about repatriated funds, we'll give you the specifics for you to understand exactly how they are. SERAP forwarded the FOI, that is the Freedom of Information Request, on the 14th of February 2020. A reply was received from the Attorney General's office on the 9th of March 2020. Malami's reply, that is the Attorney General, showed no record of the loot of the money from 1999 to 2015, but has accounted for up to $630 million for the year 2018 to date. The report, according to Malami, says 2018 repatriated funds was used for social investment projects, while the government has proposed infrastructural developments for most of the recent recoveries and retrievals.
In all, SERAP has expressed dissatisfaction with Malami's reply in a statement it released on the 15th of March 2020. Meanwhile, SERAP has also threatened to take legal actions as the finance minister has failed or refused to respond to the FOI requests.
Now, we are going to be talking to the SERAP representative in a short while, but you get ready. Let us have your input. We have 1.8 trillion naira recovered between 1999 and 2015. Of course, you know how much that one has gone up. But where is the money? Where is the money? Was it spent? Some have said it is the value we should be looking at. Was it used for things? Because beyond the fact that the money is not even traceable according to the government, can we take a look at others that have been even recovered and we have seen it? What value have we given to those funds? But in particular, this fund that is not found, that the Attorney General in his big office says they don't have a record of what actually happened to it. We will interact with you, we'll talk with you, and we'll give you opportunity to also express your own views as to what we call the ordinary citizens' eye view of some of the developments with regards to the way we spend our funds that we have recovered.
The number to send your message is 0902-265-6167. I'll take that again, 0902-265-6167. This number is for messages only.
Now, we have an official of SERAP on the line. I told you before that SERAP is one civil society group in Nigeria that has been tracking, following the recoveries, and they have been working very hard. Oluwadare Kolawole is the deputy director, and we are joining him on phone in Lagos. He's right in Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, now tell us what really prompted SERAP to go into this request. Yes.
It's basically part of our work on accountability and transparency. And you would agree with me that it's in the citizens' interest that they understand and they know how public revenue is spent by governments. So it is in a drive to ensure active citizen participation in government that this request was sent. Then secondly, as part of our work on transparency and accountability and advocacy in respect of saying, we need information and details like this to do our work. So how can we successfully do our work when we don't have figures? And again, this kind of figure in the public domain will help the government communicate with the citizens and it will make government planning better. So if, for instance, government does not know how much has been recovered so far and the specific projects it has been spent, that clearly shows that things are not all right.
You sent the same request to the Ministry of Finance. Why do you think the Ministry of Finance has not responded?
That is something I think the Ministry of Finance will be in a better position to answer, or possibly their lawyers, because we intend to take legal action as a follow-up to our FOI request. We believe they should respond, but they are yet to respond.
Now, what do you make of the Attorney General's response? Because what has happened is that this fund that they said they don't have a trace of or a record of happened between 1999 and 2015 before this Buhari's administration came into power. Some people have said that the Attorney General is playing politics.
Now, from our perspective, government is a continuum. So whether from 1999 or from 2015, ordinarily the records of government, they are institutional memory of government that make sure governance proceeds from administration to administration. But again, if you look at the Attorney General's response, he said that they have searched their records and could not find information from 1999 to 2015. I believe that does not speak well of our governance in Nigeria or about our drive to be accountable and transparent in the way we do governance. And even in the one that the Attorney General attempted to give an explanation, the one for 2015, it doesn't suffice at all. The only statement from the letter stated that $322 million was recovered from Switzerland in January 2018 and was invested in the SIP, that's Social Investment Project. And another $308 million was recovered from Jersey and US. And still being awaited. That's what the letter says. And it's planned to be spent on some, I think, Lagos-Ghana Expressway, Abacha Expressway, and the second Niger Bridge. This, of course, does not answer the substance of what we had asked for in our Freedom of Information request, which was specific as to the details of what we wanted to be provided for.
Let's take a look at the overall usage of the funds, because
as we recovered from 1999 till date.
Yeah.
So government also does know the specifics of the project that these funds have been expended on. So how much more? Government doesn't even know the status of each of these projects. So in total, the response of the general falls short of every kind of standard of accountability and transparency.
Now, Kolawole, is there any role to be played by the CBN in this area? Because the money actually came in. The CBN is the banker of the government. Is there any? Did you extend your search to the CBN, or is it necessary to extend the search to the CBN?
It might have been appropriate in some circumstances, but you will recall in context that the Attorney General has been at the forefront and trying to coordinate asset recovery projects in Nigeria. So naturally, the information should be domiciled with the Attorney General. And I understand that different MDAs also have aspects of these agencies. So rather than doing it piecemeal, it's better to write to a figure, which of course would agree with me is the Minister of Finance and Attorney General who has these figures.
Very correct. Now, that was why I was trying to task you to answer a question that you shouldn't be asked. That is, should the Ministry of Finance not be interested in helping to find out if indeed the money came? We agreed it came. The money must have landed somewhere, and the Ministry of Finance should actually have some stories to tell us. But they are not interested. You think there's a cover-up somewhere?
It would be preemptive of me at this stage to say the same. But you would, in our letter, in our FY request, we had stated the fact that this information is not in the public domain suggests that there might have been a misspent or a relooting of these funds or possibly diverted. But of course, that is just what the public thinks. We cannot be sure. And that is why I think such information is in the interest of government to put out this information to the public. The citizens, when they are aware, when they know that specific funds were budgeted for this particular project in their states, it will make the citizen more involved. You would look at the proposed spending plan for the borrowing that the federal government wants to do, detailing the states. That would have been a good thing too, with all these recovered funds.
We have a government that is fighting corruption, that their mantra for coming to power was on the basis of transparency. They want to have extend integrity from the personality of Muhammadu Buhari into government. But yet, how many years now? The first 4 years have gone. Yet, this government is not able to come out and say, this was the records that we found out, or somebody took the money. Something is definitely wrong somewhere, Kolawole.
Yes, something is definitely wrong. I agree something is definitely wrong that the government doesn't have this information and the government is not giving us this information. But I wouldn't know what has happened to those funds. And of course, that leaves it open for conjecture from all manners of people. And that is why, again, it's in the interest of government to have these details ready and provided for the people, especially because we have laws in this land that compel the government to do so. Government to be accountable and transparent to everybody.
Of course, one of those conjectures, if you ask me as a person, as a citizen, I will begin to think that even the ones that they have recovered, because it has followed almost the same pattern of the disappearance, this government apparently don't want to be open to it because it will also lead to how even the correct ones that have been spent are spent. So it's like there's a pattern that has been on ground and the government is not comfortable letting the people to know. I don't know if your mind runs this way.
Yes, government is certainly not open. And Nigeria is assigned us to the OGP in 2016. But I must say, we have not fared well as our access to information to the citizens as it's presently. So how do you get the people to rally behind the government's plan to borrow? How do you want the people to rally behind the fact that some countries are giving us conditions to return looted funds when even you cannot account to your people how much you have recovered locally have been spent? Of course, that sounds reason.
The Minister of Finance is yet to respond to the FOI request, and you have said that you want to sue the government. What's the possible outcome that you see in this?
We are compelled to sue the government because advocacy did not yield results and because the Freedom of Information Act empowers us to do so. So we are subjecting it to judicial scrutiny. And of course, we believe in the judiciary, we believe in the fair process of the rule of law, and we believe that, yes, even the judge is a member of the society. Is a citizen who will be affected by all the issues of transparency and accountability. And so we believe that we'll get judgment at the end of the day.
Who are likely to be, because we are looking at the Attorney General that has raised his hands up and say, look, we don't have the record. And the Ministry of Finance that is obdurately refusing to even answer you. Who are your defendants in the proposed suits?
Of course, it will be the Attorney General and the Minister of Finance because they are the ones we have sent this freedom of information. We cannot sue someone for infringing on the Freedom of Information Act when when we have not sent a request to him or her or to any such agency. That would be inappropriate. And again, like I said, these two agencies are the key agencies who, by nature of law, statutorily, and by what they do, should have these details. So we can't sue all the MPs or all the ministries that have some part in this. We should sue the ones that are statutorily responsible and have refused to do what we've asked under the Freedom of Information Act.
Let me take you outside of the realm of looking at the Ministry of Finance, looking at the Attorney General, the citizens themselves. You do a lot of advocacy around the people, and based on what you have seen, you take action. Are the people themselves, are they mindful of the fact that we have this opaque system that make people, government to spend money? What can the citizens do themselves?
Of course, that is part of our advocacy and what we've always said in all our engagements with citizens. Citizens need to be more active in governance. Participatory governance means citizens must know, so they can make informed choices through their representatives at the legislature, both at the state, local, state, and federal levels. I believe citizens in Nigeria are not participating enough due to different factors. One is the non-inclusiveness, even on the part of the government, and then the other is apathy, a sort of angst that's taking hold of the citizens because of what they've seen over the years. So citizens distrust the government, and so they even care less, they even ask less. And then when you look at the FOI that we do advocacy on when we talk to citizens, that this law empowers you to ask questions, most of them are not even aware. And those the few that are aware are not even inclined to do so. So it's a combination of what the government has done and what the citizens have allowed themselves to think. So again, I would ask this. Will the citizens support the plan of government to borrow funds when the government cannot provide the citizens how they spend assets that they recovered? So, frankly, I think the citizens are not doing enough to be involved in governance and to demand accountability and transparency from government.
I don't know if you have anything to say.
No, I like what he said, that the citizens are not asking the right questions. That are
they even asking questions at all? Because what Kolawole is saying, that look, what is happening, that there's apathy. There's just this apathy. They just wait. It's government. We have a lot of job to do, Mr. Kolawole Oluwadare. Thank you so much for joining us, and I want to appreciate SERAP for the great job that you are doing.
And also keep us updated, please.
Yes. Thank you so much. And Oluwadare Kolawole of SERAP. SERAP is one organization, the Social and Economic Accountability Right. They are the one working very hard to assist us. When I say us, I mean it. Every letter of it.
Nigeria.
Assist Nigeria, yes, to get to where we should be. Now, you have to be part of this conversation. $5 billion. That's about 1.8 trillion. If you look at the records of the Federal Inland Revenue Services and look at the percentage of this money in tax collection, if you look at our oil revenue, if you look at the monies that we get from the customs, and you hear 1.8 trillion naira that we don't have record of how it was spent between 1999 and 2015, you want to ask what has actually happened. Is President Muhammadu Buhari aware of this? That there's no record? I mean, will he sit down in the villa?
I don't want to believe that there's no record.
Okay, but the Attorney General has said they don't have record. The Attorney General is the one that is the repository, is the one, the chief legal officer, the chief law officer, the one that should know everything. He's like the secretary. He's the one that keeps order. He has said, he has asked everybody.
He received, the money came in.
There's no doubt that the money came in.
So how then did they leave? How did the money leave the accounts?
Well, let's give the phone numbers.
Send your message to 0902-265-6167.
Yeah, let's go. Hello.
Hello, it's Johnny calling from Otako.
Johnny, thank you.
Thank you. I want to say so many Nigerians are blind to the issue of this, the job of this SERAP as we really praise them that they are the ones that are doing a very nice job. But some of us want to ask questions. Maybe Scholar will might call back to let some Nigerians know. Where was this SERAP formed? Was it formed before the advent of this government, or it was during this government that SERAP was formed? I think it was formed before this government. What effort have they made to be able to track some of this money as a nice job as Okrias has claimed they used to do for this country. Some of us would like to know. That is my take. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. SERAP has been around. I cannot tell you how long they have been around. But does it really matter when you are from? Primog is just about 3 years old. We have not been around, but are we not treating issues that happened? But
we should be interested.
We should be interested in the results that happen. So, does it really matter how old SERAP is or how old Primog is? Hello.
My name is Samuel.
Samuel, thank you.
Thank you very much. Like always, you're doing a great job, and then I'm sure Nigerians also appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
The last caller, unfortunately, I don't know why he did ask that kind of question that he asked. I don't think that question is very smart. You know, however, you see, these guys are not very smart. The Ministry of Finance, they're not smart people. The Attorney General are not smart people. Because this thing is very simple. How could you tell Nigerians that you don't have the records of how you spend looted monies? It doesn't sound smart. It's so unreasonable. And Nigerians should actually know that if this is happening this way, then just like Igbo people will say, there's no way you can, walk back, and then you get into your destination. It's practically not possible. It's practically not possible. Thank you, God.
Thank you very much. You heard that. Hello.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Thomas Mishak. I'm calling you from Central area.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Thank you. I want to say that the present government has told Nigeria it is fair to give us the account of how the money is spent. Because this is the money that we are hoping for. When this money comes, that is going to add value to Nigerians. If this money is used to build hospitals or to add to the schools, to rebuild our place of studies, I think it's going to go a long way. But for the government to come up and tell us that they don't have an account for the money, I think it is a slap to Nigerians.
You think because it happened long ago, when I say long ago, I'm carefully using long ago for between 1999 and 2015, before President Muhammadu Buhari came into power. Does it show to you as an individual that we don't have records at all about governance?
Sir, there's something I want to let you know. Government is a continual process. So if this government is telling us they don't have an account of the money, I don't think that Nigeria is working well as a country. But there's something I want us to understand here, that the Minister of Finance has a limit on what he can give out, the information he can give out to the public. I think if there is how we can get to the presidency, I think they will be in a better place to answer this question. Because there are information that the Minister of Finance will give. That woman is going to lose his job.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, my name is Tony. I'm calling from Metama.
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, you are asking what they did with that money. Since the Minister of the Attorney General says he doesn't know what they did with the money, they use it for election. Let's also ask about that money. That money was used for election.
Since 1999 to 2015. That? From 1999 to 2015, they used all the monies for election.
Well, he has offered this. He said they use it for election. Of course, remember there are 2.1 billion that the Muhammadu Buhari administration has said they found was used through the Sambo Dasuki. They shared it among politicians during elections. Could it be part of the money? That's another thing. Hello.
My name is Patrick. I'm calling you from Area right now.
Go ahead, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, you asked a question. Does the information show that we don't have records in our governance in Nigeria? I would say in other things, we might not have records, but when it comes to money, we keep records so that people are hiding the records. They're simply using their money and they're hiding the records.
Let's put it straight between me and you. The money comes in from Switzerland. We receive it in CBN.
Yes.
In CBN, before the money is removed, because the CBN is the banker for everybody, including the government bank. So the CBN will not release money until they get instructions. Where did the instruction come from? I mean, where is the record of the trade? I mean, the CBN should also know who asked them to move which fund to where. That's what we are talking about.
Even the Attorney General of the Federation has that information. They just don't want to release the information because it will not be palatable to anybody.
I never looked at this angle to it that the Attorney General could be lying.
Everybody, a lot of people lying in the governance in Nigeria, so I will not be surprised if he's lying about. There's no way he will not know. This is a country. How did they get a record of the money stolen before? The money enters through an account to a particular account.
Yes, you are correct.
And it's moved to another account. How did you get to know that Dasuki took some money? Was it not through record?
Yes.
That money is somewhere, and some people are just hiding information. That is just the fact.
Now, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But Adaobi, the other question you now want to ask is, why will the Attorney General
refuse to give out?
Yes, why would they be hiding the information? It is not this government that spent the money, or they didn't see the money during this government.
There is a record.
But why will they not be able to tell Nigerians what happened between 1999 and 2015? I mean, is it that the money was actually somewhere, even after Jonathan handed over, the money was somewhere, so this government spent it, they don't want to tell anybody? Is that the reason they will be telling lies?
They must tell Nigerians by the time they get to the court.
All right, let's take more calls. Hello.
My name is Mr. Samuel. I'm calling from Life Camp.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. It's so unfortunate that issues like this keep coming up in Nigeria every time. Denying of not having the record of how the money was spent, I did not believe that. Who was the CBN governor as of then? The same way they received that money into the CBN bank, the same way they issued that money out, who give the instruction and which account did that money being paid into? If they can trace the account that the money was paid into, the person that received the money definitely will know how they spend this money. There is a record somewhere. Maybe they did not spend the money right. That's why they said they cannot give the record, that there is no record of how the money was spent. There is a record somewhere. We Nigerians know that there is a record. If not, this is not 1 naira, this is not 2 naira. You are talking of 1 trillion naira and just vanish from CBN. It's not possible. They did not spend this money right. That's why they cannot account for it. That is my own opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Then I get more confused because if they didn't spend the money right, who did spend the money right? Is it this government
or the previous
government? If it is this government, you can begin to understand, okay, we want to cover up so that we don't tell the people what's the. But if it is the previous government that we have had so many people on trial, why will this government be covering up? Why would there be a suggestion of lies? That is the question. Hello.
Yes, my name is Mike when wind blows.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say I sent you mail and you said I should visit your website to volunteer. I did. I'm not getting any response.
Okay, we can assure you that my people will get back to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, that aside, yes, that aside. Then the issue on ground, it's just like maybe someone going to a bank, open an account, deposit money, and start withdrawing, and it goes back to the account, the bank and says, okay, give me my statement of account. And the bank says, you don't have any statement of account. So as all callers are saying, there's a record. But one thing I want to say, the ministers of justice will be having, just like Abacha the last time, he told the whole world that they trace certain money to a Swiss account, but they don't know the owner. So this Attorney is almost towing the same line. Now, let's even excuse them for what the excuse of giving. The ones that are recovering now, for instance, every loot that comes from America, from Abacha, they will say Abacha loot and they will tell us the amount. But the ones they'll be looting, they'll be recovering back home. None has ever come with amount. They say they recover so amount from so person. How much do they recover from each person? They've not told us. And again, I understand that America and UK have signed agreement with Nigeria on the recovery of looted funds over time. How come it's only Abacha loot will be here? Is it only Abacha that has ever looted money and such in foreign countries? How come America and UK has ever said, okay, you recover money from another person? Only Abacha. These are questions that
they should tell us. Well, like what everybody is saying, it's something that all of us know, but the wind is actually blowing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think even if I want to shake the table a little, there were individuals in the very, very beginning of the administration of Muhammadu Buhari that were believed to have been invited by the SEC, and they actually voluntarily returned money. None of them were publicized. So where the money were paid into, how much was involved. The ESCC did some announcements. Some people, they are recovering money. We are operating an opaque system. I mean, the citizens are not carried along. Let's hear from you the more before we close the job for the day. Hello.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, this is Ojo, the future president.
Okay, that's good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I did not believe the Attorney General. I think you should go and tell that to the Marines. How can you tell me that the EU federal government is the account of a country, we don't have the records of how the money is being received? Where is the duty of CBN and all other agents that is monitoring the financial aspect of the government? I tell you, my brother, also when we begin to jail former presidents of this nation, they will never stop to abuse or misuse our resources. Trillions of naira for crying loud. Do you know what that will have done to the life of Nigerians? I think I want to commend the SERAP. They should do more. I can say that they are giving the government tough time to be accountable to their masses. I give them kudos. They should dig deep. If it's able to jail former president, we should do that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I have so many people still wanting to talk to us, and we have some time we can still interact with you. Hello.
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 This is Abacha calling from Gwagwalada.
Go ahead, Abubakar.
It is nothing that is shocking about this revelation from those in authority. Our system encourages corruption, abet corruption, mismanagement, looting and relating. They are confirming what we already, everybody knows. In our country, those in authority, operator of policy, spend all what we have. We don't use national resources to create wealth for the well-being and welfare of all Nigeria. That is why our leaders have a borrowing mindset. We have more than enough to pursue good economic policy for the well-being of all Nigeria. But they keep mismanaging and wasting, looting our resources with impunity. And I want to remind you, most of the policy operators and those at the helm of affairs, they have the individual businesses. They will never tolerate those who are operating businesses on their behalf not to keep record. Go and do your research and see.
Now, Abubakar, what about the role of the citizens? The SERAP Kolawole Oluwadare said, he said the citizens are laid back. We just wait, we don't do anything.
Before this administration come on board, the political space is very wide. For those in authority through repressive policies, they have narrowed the space. There is fear in the land. Everyone is afraid to come and speak out. So this is not Nigeria we are dreaming of. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. We can still take some more calls.
He said relooting of the money.
Yeah. Hello.
My name is Ike.
Go ahead, Ike.
I said the government can never tell the truth because they always diverting our money.
Is it not because the citizens themselves, they are not asking for the truth?
What do we do? If you ask too much, they may go and lock you up. I'm telling you, what we do is a law can be enacted that every head of government will be taken to court and seize a passport, not after leaving office until when citizen are satisfied for his services. Then he can able to receive his passport.
Is government actually?
He can never stop them not to lose the nation.
Is government actually locking up everybody? I mean, is it not that we just don't want to ask questions? Who has?
I am telling you, you talk in the limit. You talk in the limit, even in the station there. Otherwise, you'll be arrested.
Okay, thank you. That's the fear that many people are talking about. They're just their party. They are afraid. Then we continue to be afraid, and then nobody talks. In SERAP, we are afraid. If those of us at Primark are afraid, then everybody will just sit down. Nobody talks anything.
One day there won't be.
There will just be people will just be running. The survivor of the fittest. That's what we'll just be doing. Hello.
Go ahead.
The Attorney General is talking about money that on being transparent for some money from 20 to 2019.
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
So, what of the money that has been recovered from 2016 to 2020? From that 2015 till now, are they transparent with the money with that?
That's part of the questions we're also asking. Are they transparent enough? And SERAP has said that they are not transparent enough. We can take the last call now. Hello.
This is Yomi calling you from Maitama.
Go ahead, Yomi.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yes. Okay. You see, about the citizens' action, it's a bit of a challenge to get people to come out against a government who has no regard, permit me, for the law. Because we've seen several instances in this country right now under this present regime where people have been incarcerated, courts have granted a reprieve for them, and the government did not obey the law. You can't have citizens now feel or be confident enough to do anything. But with SERAP, if SERAP really can, call or create a forum or a platform where more people can join the organization, and through that process, there cannot be a citizen's action against whatever government is doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is not just for SERAP alone. It is for all civil society groups, including Primark. We also have opportunities to interact with you. You have opportunity to work with us. Our volunteer platform is there, and we do a lot of programming. We must go now, that will be, because our time is up.
I want to quickly encourage the citizens to also monitor the money that is yet to be retrieved. And please visit the news page of our website, which is news.primark.org, for all the details of our reports and interviews. Our videos are on Primark TV, our YouTube channel, and on our website, primark.org.
And we want to thank everyone who participated in this conversation. As a citizen, as a Nigerian citizen, you have the right to ask questions, make inquiries on what government has done with the recovered Abacha loot, or even with the revenue that we are getting.
Don't forget to send us a message through our phone number 0902-265-6167.
Public Conscience on Radio is supported by the John T. and Catherine D. MacArthur Foundation, committed to building a more just, verdant, and peaceful world. You can get more information on the activities of MacArthur Foundation around the world and in Nigeria on their website at macfound.org.
I am Adaobi Obiabomo.
And I'm Okiri Agbosuremi. Remember that you are a Nigerian, you live here, you have a duty to support all the works that the NGOs are doing. Don't stay aloof, vote, ask questions, ask your representatives questions, and be there to participate in governance. Thank you for staying with us, and next week when we come back, we zero in on another issue.